to go against you and see what you're made of.
Today's episode of Glen's Retro Show is brought to you by DNA Dimension Designs, the best custom retro gaming decals in the game. Period.
Hi everybody, thank you for joining me on today's special edition of Glen's Retro Show. What makes this episode special? Well, it's actually a crossover episode with Willie over at ArcadeUSA. What are we going to talk about today? Well, it's no surprise that I'm a fan of the Super Impulse Tiny Arcades. You can see I have a full gambit of units right here. I actually have a couple versions of all that they released, including their new smaller box sizes when Walmart started carrying them, as well as their box display box that was from Toys R Us. But just recently, Super Impulse has released 4 new units. Now, the one I don't have yet is Frogger, but I know Willie at ArcadeUSA does have it, so look for a review of Frogger from Willie over at ArcadeUSA very soon. But I was able to pick up a few more. Now, when these first came out, Cracker Barrel was the first place to carry them, and then it kind of trickled out to Toys R Us, Walmart, and a lot of other places. Now, Cracker Barrel sold these each for $19.95. Walmart sells them for $12.95, which is a much better deal. But right now, you can't get these at Walmart. The new ones they released are Galaga, which is the sequel pretty much to Galaxian. A lot of people really like this one. I was always partial to Galaxian just because I played it first. Dig Dug, which is a cool little machine right here, so Dig Dug. The final one that was released, as far as I know right now, it's a Cracker Barrel exclusive. So if you want this one, you're going to have to go to Cracker Barrel. It's actually a Miss Pac-Man Galaga combo unit. Now this one's special. Supposedly there's a hidden game on here that you don't need to do any modifications for. If you subscribe to my channel, or if you're new, first of all, welcome if you're new. I showed you how to modify this with either dip switches or using the joystick to include the extra 4 games that are on there. The initial release, all the games are on there, and you can actually select it via a dip switch or a joystick. Now this one has 2 games already available to you, the Miss Pac-Man and the Galaga. The hidden game on here we'll get to a little bit later, and if you're coming over from ArcadeUSA, welcome to all the fans of Willie over at ArcadeUSA, and we'll get into how to get into the secret game a little bit later in the review. So for right now, without further ado, let's have a look of the Miss Pac-Man Galaga. We're going to cover just that one today because it's special. So let's get into the review right now. We have to get down really close to get a review of this little guy. Okay, you can see right here, once again, they did a real nice job with the box art. World's smallest fully functional arcade game from Super Impulse. And you can see this is the original box size that originally came out last year. So the boxes have gotten smaller. But I think the main reason they did that is for Walmart. You can fit more on the shelf than these guys here. And really, this is mostly wasted space. So that's actually okay. I'm going to put this guy aside for right now. But again, what's nice about it, it's a nice plastic box. It's pretty easy to keep this in good shape if you want to display it in the box like I do. And the print on here is very, very nice. It's very clear. It really looks good. And of course, you can hit the little button here, the Try Me button. And right now it defaults to the Miss Pac-Man demo. So you can see right here, if you click on it, you can run a little bit of a demo on here. And these are also supposed to be keychains. I don't know too many people that would hang this on their keys or put them in their pocket, but that's the premise behind it. Let's take a look inside the box right here. We're going to open up the top right here. Hopefully. There we go. And it's held in place really nice. Again, Super Impulse does a nice job here. It's got a nice plastic case to make sure your unit stays safe and protected. And again, you can see the side arc. We're going to take it out of the plastic shell right now. Let's take this top off here, and this bottom off here, and you can see it is, in fact, a keychain. Now, I know some people have actually put this on their Christmas trees for decorations, and that's really not a bad idea. I do hope in the future Super Impulse gives an option to not let it go into standby mode. Some way to keep it on, because people do like to put it on, believe it or not, their Christmas trees and hang them up or as decorations. And they turn off after a short amount of time. Now, right now, it's in demo mode in the on button here, so I'm just going to turn it off, back on. And now you can see here, there's actually two options. You could pick either the Pac-Man or the Galaga game. Now, there's a keyboard combination that will let you get a third game. We'll get into that in a little bit. First, let's see how the gameplay is on this little guy. I can tell you right now, from the other ones I have, the screen itself, I'm not sure how well it translates on my camera. It's not a very good camera. The screen is very sharp, very vibrant. It's a really nice display. Obviously, it does come with the batteries in here already, so that's also a plus. The joysticks have always been very responsive. The buttons have been responsive as well. So let's try them out, and let's see how we access that secret game. Okay, so let's get a quick look once again of the unit. We have one side here that's Miss Pac-Man, and one side that is Galaga. That's very nicely done, they did that. And of course the dual artwork down at the bottom. Unit's pretty solid. Again, this was $19 at Cracker Barrel. I don't know if it was available anywhere else, but the other versions of Tiny Arcades go for about $12 at Walmart. So we have a joystick and a couple buttons here. Hit a button and we get our load screen. And you can see what's really nice about the Tiny Arcade is that they light up the marquee. That's really, really, really a nice touch that it does that. It gives it a really good effect. Now, I want to say something here real quick as well. A friend of mine, Bruce Yeager, if you join us at the Tiny Arcade fan page on Facebook, actually makes nice decals to cover up the bezel around the screen. I'll give you a picture of it in just a second here. So you can see it will add a nice touch to these units. Now, let's try Miss Pac-Man. I'm going to assume there's really not going to be any difference between Miss Pac-Man here and the standalone Miss Pac-Man because it's just a ROM that's been installed on here. So let's hit the button on it. And there's Miss Pac-Man. Now, a lot of people have made issues of the frame rate, that it's not running really smooth. Please remember that these are really tiny recreations of these arcade machines that are designed to be little toys. When I was a kid, you would have not gotten anything close to this. So this is still a dream come true. And the game's going to start up. And once again, it's hard to imagine these little joysticks doing such a good job, but this micro joystick really does do a nice job. It works very well. It's very responsive. Can't really complain with that at all. It's really amazing how good a job Super Impulse did in making these so functional. A lot of people are complaining, well, the screen's too small. It's supposed to be. It's the world's smallest. So if you're getting this to have high definition graphics, you're missing the complete point of what this is supposed to be. The sound effects are very good. Matter of fact, the only thing I've really been able to complain about this is maybe what other people do is the frame rate. It's a little bit on the slow side. It doesn't really detract from anything because it's so small. It really doesn't make a huge difference. But if that's the only complaint you have is just the frame rate and everything else is fine, that's pretty good to me. Now, I'm not sure if you have to reset this to go back to the main menu, if you hit two buttons. I didn't read the instructions at all, so we're going to switch it off back here and back on. And we can see we have our choices again. And now I'm going to move the joystick over to Galaga. And there it is. Galaga. We have some options here and a little demo starting up, but let's go right into the game itself. Now, one thing I noticed right away, again, aside from the frame rate of the aliens here, which is something I think is acceptable for something of this size and price point, is in the Galaxian version of this, you could not move left and right and shoot at the same time. Your ship would actually pause every time you shot. And this one here, I got captured. This one you can move left and right and still be able to fire your gun. So that's I'm not sure if that's just something they changed because they changed it. Ooh, I died. I'm sure it's because people did complain about that. So the game ended and it took me back to the main screen. I'll go back in again. Let's see if I do a better job this time. Now, I will also say this is not the arcade ROM. Super Impulse is very good at getting close to the arcade, but it's not the actual ROM. So they definitely put some time and effort into building this out in a way that's, oh my goodness, man. It's not easy playing this through a viewfinder, in case you guys were wondering. So the game ends, it takes you back to the main menu here. So for all my friends who just came over from Willie over at ArcadeUSA, you're coming here to see the code to get this to play the third game. And the third game is Dig Dug. So let's get that code out and try it out and see if we get this thing to get the secret game. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Now, supposedly we're going to move the joystick in a few directions and we'll hear a ding sound. That ding sound will let us know that we did this the right way. So according to what I believe will get the hidden game, we're going to press up, 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 down, 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 left, right, left, right, left. There it is. We have a hidden game of Dig Dug. So for the price of one game, you're getting 3. That's pretty neat. So I guess since we have Dig Dug here, let's try it out. Oh, I guess that was the wrong button. We'll try this button over here. I guess that button is not it. Again, I do apologize. It is hard playing this through a viewfinder. Now, the one thing I notice is different is you can't hold the button down to pump. You got to press the button to pump. So that's one thing they did change. In the arcade, you could hold the button and it would pump for you. Ah! Oh! Let's see if we can get one guy with a rock. Oh, that's different too. So there's another difference. You were able to go under a rock in the arcade and it would hold it there. This one, as soon as you clear the dirt under the rock, as you can see, it falls on you. So I'm going to turn it off, and I have a funny feeling the game will not be there. It'll just be the other 2 games. So I'm going to turn this thing back on, and yep, so Dig Dug is not here. So to get Dig Dug back, we need to do the special commands of up, 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 down, 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 left, right, left, and you get into Dig Dug. So let's try this game again. So the one thing that's different from the arcade to here is you need to continually press the pump. Holding the button down will not continue a pump. Another thing that's different is when you go under a rock,
As soon as you clear dirt, that rock's gonna fall on you. In the arcade, the rock would stay for a second or two. Let's see if we go up here. Let's see if I can clear around. But the sounds are very well done. Oh, he's coming towards me. Again, though, a very good recreation by Super Impulse of this game. The screen is very, very sharp. Once again, of course, it's small, but that's the whole point of these machines. But the gameplay is really nice. The sounds are really nice. Oh, oh. Very, very neat. So once again, I definitely recommend these Super Impulse units. For the price, even at $19 for this one you're getting 3 games out of it. It's a fun little game. It's very well done. It doesn't feel cheap. I mean, they feel pretty solid. The plastic is very well done. I can't recommend them enough. If you see these guys, again, at Walmart at $12.97, I think they go for. No question. Now at $19, if you want to be the first to get them, Cracker Barrel is the place to go to. But even $19 to get 3 games for this exclusive unit is not a bad deal at all. Now I'm going to just start this game one more time, and I'm going to let Pac-Man die each time. I want to see if it takes you back to the main menu like it did with Galaga. So I'm just going to go and let myself get killed off here. And there's actually, if you look here, there's a glitch. And I'm not sure if this glitch is because I did the code to get the Dig Dug. But you can see at the center of the screen right here, part of the maze is missing. So I'm going to just turn this off real quick, turn it back on, go back into the game, and it's been fixed. So I'm not sure if the playing of the Dig Dug hidden game kind of messed up the Pac-Man, or was just a generic glitch. So there's 1 life gone. Let's do this up again. There's 2 lives gone. And here goes my number 3. Game is over. And it does take you back to the main menu. So it's worth it to get the original games because the high scores will be shown. It'll do the demo mode the whole time. But this is still pretty neat that you don't have to modify it. And you can get 3 games out of 1. So to everyone watching this channel, I'm going to give you my final thoughts right now. Okay, so what's my final thoughts? Well, I have to be honest. I really enjoy these Super Impulse World's Smallest Tiny Arcades. For the money, they're a lot of fun. They're great for displaying purposes. The games, although they're not the arcade ROMs, sorry, let's make sure Negan wasn't around here to hear that. Even though these are not the arcade ROMs, they're very, very good approximations. Definitely worth playing and able to enjoy. So honestly, would I get this? Absolutely. I wouldn't pass this up. And if you want to find out more about this, please do join us at the Tiny Arcade fan page on Facebook. There you'll find, as I mentioned before, Bruce Yeager, who does additional artwork for these to make them look even more realistic. And also I'll put a link down below to the world's first and only Glen's Retro Show exclusive, where I turned this into a real Tiny Arcade machine that plays the actual arcade ROMs. I was able to modify one of these and fit a Raspberry Pi in one of these little guys with a screen with hundreds of games on it. World's first exclusive. First, thank you to all my current subscribers, and thank you to anyone from ArcadeUSA who jumped over from Willie's show to come see my episode here. Thank you, and if you like my show, please like, share, and subscribe. But in any case, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for Super Impulse for making some really neat machines. And remember, everyone, game on.
Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.